All right, so here's the deal. I am not going to be beaten on this thing. This is the one I started in Gulf Shores, Alabama, and this is that Sinker Cypress. And so, but these I also bought on the road. I wasn't able to cut them on the road with the little jigsaw, but I brought them back here and cut them. And I do want to use those for ballast, and because it'll just be all tied together with that whole trip. But again, I didn't have the right drill bits, so they're really, really loose. And I re-drilled them here, which I shouldn't have done because now they're too big. But I want to put them in there. I'm going to put them in there permanently. I want to do it now because I wanted them to be curing while I'm gone for the day, and then I'll put some tape around them and spray them later. Otherwise, I would have just sprayed them while they're still out. But I'm going to use some Power Grab. I happen to have this around. It's like an instant grab, but it also, I think it's good to go in a little while, and it works on wood, drywall, plaster. It doesn't say anything about metal, but does not work on. It doesn't say metal there either, so I'm going to go with it. But I want to make some perforations in this. There's already a hole in there, which was, whoops, I'm going to use this end. There's no hole in that end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind some slots in it so that when I put that in there, then there will be kind of like a road grate, anyhow. So you'll see what I mean. Okay, so I brought along some of these shims. You'll see those show up a lot on my stuff. Those are those rubber shims. Anyhow, what I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that this thing is stable. And right now it's rocky, right? And I'm just putting those in loose, but I put it on a board, and that way I'll be able to basically shim these up to be just a little bit above the surface, because again, they don't go all the way to the bottom down here. There's about a 1/16 of an inch of wood underneath them intentionally. And again, now I have those slots in there, right? So that adhesive is going to go inside those slots and hopefully prevent them from pulling out. But I don't want these things tilted downward, so I'm going to lift those up a little bit with the shims like that. But I'll do that once I get the glue in there. And then I think I'll end up with basically what I'm looking for. So first thing to do is get the glue ready. Somewhere on there's probably a date. Who knows, huh? Because nothing's coming out and yet it's a brand new tube. So we'll see if I can cut it down a little bit. Again, I'm using some of this stuff up from the old construction days. Yeah, it's going to come out. It's amazing how you have to learn kind of fast. Like, because of that hole down there, it was oozing out there, and so it wasn't basically pumping itself up to the edge. Now, this one I blocked the hole, and then it came up. So I need to do the same thing on this one, get some more stuff in there, block that hole. Then when I push that in, it fills the void around the tube. This is insane. See what I mean? If I block that hole down there where the bit came through, then the stuff comes up. So this is going to work, just not pretty as all. Reading the instructions, it says you can clean it with soap and water before it dries. So Again, this is construction adhesive, so it's going to hold up to just about anything later, but that's kind of nice. Wipes right off with water. That's just water. So again, they're in. It wasn't pretty. Got them mostly cleaned up. It's easier to clean it up now, right? And again, I put the shims under it so that it's equal to, and then I'm just eyeballing from on top. I'm kind of lining them up that they're perpendicular. Maybe I'll put a speed square on those. There we go. Now they're perpendicular to the base. They're at about the same height as, and when I come back, theoretically, they'll be dry and kind of ready to use.